Okay, so for week 11 of spring anime, we got some good finales. Jellyfish finished up a great original anime this season. Besides that, yeah, a lot of like cool progressions almost finished with the season. Next week, I'm gonna have a tier list. So as the shows finish up, gonna rank up all the shows, waifus, and openings. Get excited for that. But yeah, right now, let's talk about some shows we have. So I'll start off with Jellyfish Can Swim in the Night. So this is episode 12, the finale. Very beautiful original anime. It kind of like ended off in a big concert with Jelly kind of reuniting. So now they're going to perform on a big stage with the Sunflower Dolls, who was Kano's former idol group. So it's kind of like a big deal because, yeah, they have like a big history together. This is also like a huge performance for Jelly. And there's still like a lot of negativity going on, you know, Mahiru kind of like leaving Kano. So yeah, a lot of like insecurities going on. You know, everyone is basically like Jellyfish in this last episode. They need someone else to help them. It's symbolism. So yeah, Mahiru and Kano, they need each other. Yuri vibes go hard. All the other characters like Huey and Mei, they're kind of just like trying to support everyone doing their thing. Mei kind of composing the music, Huey kind of paying someone to do the animating and also advertising it to her followers. So yeah, we finally reached the day of the concert. We see like all the other characters we've been meeting. Like there's like the old idol lady. There's like the kind of girl we saw in their driving school that's like a lot of surgeries. They're all kind of like watching the concert on their phone. It's like a VTuber live concert. So yeah, a lot of effort got put into it. But when it's time to sing, when it's up for Nonaka to perform, she just freezes. I was just feeling so much cringe. Like the song is playing, the music is there, but there's no lyrics. Come on, they're waiting for you. She just freezes up. No one's helping her. And there was kind of like a cheesy way to save her. But basically Mahiru and Mero kind of like scream at her from like above the stage, and they're like, no, you can do it. That was cool. If you don't know, Mero was the girl that Kano slapped. Everyone's kind of supporting each other. They want to see each other succeed. And yeah, as Mahiru kind of like gives her motivational words as well, Kano finally gets to sing. So she doesn't freeze up anymore. She sees like the entire crowd looking at her, being happy, and she performs her song. It's on stage and it's also live streamed to like 50,000 people. It was honestly very cute, like, you know, very inspirational, hopeful, but also it's nothing too crazy. It's nothing we've ever seen before. It's like one of the girls like feels down, so she has the other girl give her motivation, and it's kind of like a happy ending for everyone. Kano sees that her mother didn't call her Nonaka on the credits. They call her Kano. Her mom acknowledges her for herself now. There's no fake personality. Everything is real. So yeah, it's fun to see Jelly kind of together. There's still like some sadness in the air because everyone's kind of graduating, so they have less time to see each other, but then we kind of wrap it up with a montage of everyone, all the characters, what they're doing. And finally, they get to repaint Mahiru's Jellyfish mural that got like all graffitied up. We saw in the first episode. So it's kind of cute seeing all the girls record each other, goofing off and painting the wall. So yeah, good episode, good wrap up. You know, this anime makes you feel good. All these characters with some type of like social, emotional problems that they're having to deal with. And then once they're all together, they're just helping each other, getting better, and just like being happy, enjoying their lives in this like music group. So it's all very cool. This is one of my favorite anime this season for sure. We just see like all these girls kind of like at a low point in their lives when you first meet them, and then as they're talking, interacting with each other, just like get happy, become friends. So we do wrap up the Jellyfish anime this season there. It is very good, but again, like it's nothing too deep. The story's pretty simple. The ending felt a bit rushed because like the drama between Mahiru and Kano got resolved very quickly. The anime looked beautiful. The dialogue as everyone was talking felt genuine, and then we just see like a lot of like background shots as well that were super cute and dynamic, just like happening while people were talking. The fact that it's original makes the story like a bit more modernized, so that's cool as well. Where we have like VTubers, we have like real life situations like being doxxed, and then people kind of chatting and talking in Discord. But also there was like a lot of fan service with these high school girls, which was like kind of unneeded. But hey, I guess if you're down, that's another reason to watch this show. So if you want some cute girls doing cute things, if you want another kind of like music type anime that's not really like a real band, then this show definitely feels unique compared to like other kind of band music animes. All right, and now for Kaiju number 8, episode 11. Pretty sick episode. We had a cliffhanger last week where Kafka got captured. So he had to kind of reveal his identity because there was like a giant bomb in the air that was literally going to explode the whole city. So Kafka saved literally everyone's lives. Thousands, even millions of people probably like survived because of him. But yeah, the fact that he revealed that he was Kaiju number 8 is a big deal. Now people don't know if they can trust him, and he's under arrest. They might even kind of dissect his body for like research, because we realized that they kind of create these kaiju weapons out of like real kaijus. So Kafka's kind of being arrested by his own group, the 3rd Division. He feels like he let them all down. Everyone kept his secret. They're all working hard to kind of like protect him, but now he feels shunned like an outsider. Everyone hates him. He's burdening them. But yeah, that's not true. Kafka's just being in his head because all the other characters, Ichikawa is supporting him, Mina is supporting him. The They kind of talk about how he like rescued everyone, he was brave, and he's like a normal person. So yeah, Mina's kind of doing all she can to like kind of create like an evidence report to like clear his name. But yeah, the defense force kind of like arrest him, they tie him up, and we see Shinomiya's dad. So we have the director general Shinomiya. He's kind of like this Giga Chad blonde dude, very tough. He's kind of old but very muscular, and he fights Kafka straight up. But Kafka has no time to explain himself or anything. They don't really care. They think he's a monster because we see that his heart is also like kind of like a kaiju core. So he doesn't have a heart anymore, it looks like, or maybe it's like merged. The fight starts off with Shinomiya just like shooting Kafka point blank. He blocks it by transforming his arm into a kaiju arm, and then Shinomiya's dad is just like goading him on to transform. Kafka does not want to transform fully, so he transforms like parts of his body. He still wants to like prove he's still a human. But yeah, Shinomiya's dad is out for blood. And the fight is just starting because he like starts putting on these like metal spike gauntlets. That's like a kaiju weapon from Kaiju number 2. This one kind of just like punches and penetrates Kafka at super speed and just like cuts his arms and legs off. But Kafka kind of has no choice after taking so many hits. He fully transforms into Kaiju number 8, which was like a pretty sick transformation, but he can't really control himself anymore because he sees that this Kaiju body, it kind of like goes berserk when it detects other Kaijus. So that's kind of interesting because it's like Kafka's built to be anti-Kaiju. Anything kaiju related, he's just like out there to destroy, which is like a heroic thing. That's a good thing. But if the good guys are also using kaiju weaponry that's like assaulting him, then he can't really like control his urges. So basically Kafka fully transforms. It looks like he's about to kill Shinomiya as we get another cliffhanger. Next episode's gonna be the finale. So yeah, I mean, I really love this anime though. The story is well depicted, the action is nice, and even the sappy generic shonen moments still feel so good. Also after that, we got Sound Euphonium season 3 episode 12. We got one more episode left till the finale. I thought this was gonna be the finale, but yeah, 13 episodes. What a banger. Cause oh my god, I disagree so hard with this decision. Basically every time there's like an audition, shit goes wrong. So why have 3 of them in the same season? Like, are you stupid? So yeah, I put this all on Taki Sensei. Bro, I hope you quit. Respectfully, you know, you're a fictional character, it doesn't matter. I hope you become a better teacher, because honestly, without Kumiko, like, this band would have like fell apart. Like, people would have been depressed, dropping out, like disagreeing with everything. The main problem here is that there's like the 3rd audition coming up. We see Kumiko and Mayu having like a small little rivalry, but they're just like playing their hardest. And then Reina's also there waiting for Kumiko because they made a promise. They're gonna get the gold medal and they're gonna play the solo part together. So yeah, none of that has happened yet. So yeah, we need Kumiko and Reina to play together. But yeah, spoilers for this episode, they don't. Yes, I had to get that out. So yeah, during the audition, everyone kind of like performs equally. And then as the results are being read out, only the euphonium part is split. Taki couldn't make a decision. So he kind of does a repeat of like first season where Reina was like fighting for her trumpet solo, where yeah, Mayu and Kumiko have to perform in front of everybody and they vote. Why the fuck did my man do this again? This was still like the worst idea ever. It literally made no sense. Bro, just flip a coin like you did last time, or just pick Kumiko because you know like she wants this. And if the fact that he can't give a valid reason either way, like I don't agree at all. So they play on stage behind a curtain while Reina's like playing the trumpet and they're kind of like matching her. I honestly thought like it was well done though, because like the music honestly sounded very different from like when they both played, because I preferred the first anonymous euphonium because it sounded like very textbook. It matched Reina like perfectly and it really felt like there were no mistakes. So I feel like this is like an AI generated performance. It just matches exactly, but there's not too much soul put into it. It's just like, you know, professionally well done. So yeah, when Kumiko played her thing on the second one, I was like, damn, there's more personality here, there's more emotion. It's like a bit more rough, like slightly, but it's still like beautiful. But it's like a 50-50 split. We see Shuichi voting for Kumiko and a lot of other people voting for her. So it looks like they could tell who's who. So yeah, the tiebreaker goes to Reina. This was also like such a dumb decision. Like, why do this? Like, the only reason to do this is for content. It's for us, the viewers, to like get more drama. But in terms of the actual band, like it makes people cry. Like, doesn't make them better. It adds more like unnecessary drama and tension. But yeah, basically Reina picks the first performance, like the one that's like straight up professional from like a textbook. We see Mayu and Kumiko are like, you know, equally skilled. It's just that they have like different like play styles. So yeah, I thought this was so dumb. Such a bad decision. Like, Mayu, we literally just saw her this season, but then like Kumiko's like very inviting and nice to her, and yeah, she just like beats her twice, literally like for no reason, because it's been established they have equal skill. And then this like kind of student voting thing made no sense as well, because like it was like, literally a 50-50 split. So again, none of this really matters. I hated it so much, but I mean, I do love the storytelling of this anime in general, and it kind of like, you know, makes it real. Like, just because our main character is the protagonist, she's the good girl, not everything works out. Like, people will be sad, there'll be disagreements, disagreements. This is like a whole like kind of concert competition thing. But you know, Taki Sensei is so bad, all of this could have been avoided, but he like double, triple down on it. He's like, nah, let's switch it up. Let's do 3 rehearsals. Let's not kick out that first year tuba, and let's also make Kanade sad as well. Like the vibes are so off in this band competition, but you know, they still gotta win gold. So yeah, no matter what happens, no matter what drama is there, like at the end of the day, they're not gonna lose. I'm literally on the edge of my seat. I want to see what they're gonna do for the finale. If they don't finish it up, like, you know, maybe a movie, maybe a season 4. But yeah, goddamn, yeah, so many emotional moments. We saw Kumiko and Reina kind of crying together. We resolved kind of Mayu's issue as well. She was very anxious because she's super skilled, but that skill kind of causes drama. All she wants to do is like get along with everybody and play her best, but she doesn't want to throw on purpose. So she wants other people to give her a reason to throw, and Kumiko won't do that. It's not in character. So yeah, Kumiko tells Mayu it'll all be okay, you know, just play your strongest. You reminded me of myself. So yeah, just like a lot of cool character moments from them. Yeah, and yeah, this anime is very beautiful. I love the crying scene at the end. This ain't Girls Band Cry, but it sure reminds me of it. All right, so for Blue Archive episode 12, this is the finale. So yeah, we finished up this gacha game show made by Yostar Pictures. The actual gacha game is made by Nexon, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty popular. The actual anime, I mean, I loved it, honestly. It impressed me. It wasn't even terrible either, the art style, the animation. So I guess the only problem I do have is why isn't it translated in America? Why did no one pick it up? You literally have to watch it on like a pirate site with kind of like literal machine translated subtitles. So I mean, it's not the worst, but it's like kind of surprising because like I thought like mobile game gacha games did kind of do good numbers. But yeah, I mean, anyway, Blue Archive's kind of like, you know, a bit old, or pretty much, you know, story doesn't matter. It's a skin simulator. But you know, I had fun watching these first 12 episodes. Basically, we see like a lot more characters and factions coming in as we like watch each episode. So in the beginning, we see the Abido school, and yeah, it's like our main cast of characters, all these kind of like cute animal girls with angel halos. They're basically in debt. So yeah, like massive vast debt, like 600 million, it looks like. So it's impossible to pay it off. And we realize as the story continues, they're paying it off to like this corrupt organization that is actually buying up their land. So they're like helping the evil people. We see more characters coming in. There's like Problem Solver 68, which is very funny. They had the Unwelcome School theme song. So it's such a banger. And you know, just like goofy girls out here. There's also the prefects. There was like this kind of random blonde-haired girl. And then a bunch of other schools like kind of teaming up, helping them. So yeah, this last episode, we save Hoshino because she kind of like sold her soul to this organization, like the Kaiser group that like owns their debt. So she's doing it to kind of like absolve their debts. So she basically sacrificed herself and everyone's trying to save her. The teacher, Giga Chad, my boy, the sensei, he kind of talks to the debt collector and he's like, wait, but I didn't approve her dropping out of the school, so you technically don't have the rights to her. So he used this loophole to rescue her. Everyone else kind of just like shoots down the Kaiser organization, blows it up. And yeah, I guess problem solved. They save Hoshino, the like little pink-haired girl that like calls herself like an old man. She's literally like 17 years old. Like, come on. Also, yeah, speaking of ages, yeah, I mean, don't look up Blue Archive on Japanese Twitter. You see like a bunch of crying emojis. The memes are kind of out of hand. You know, bratty girl needs correction. Plap, plap, plap. The, you know, degenerate fan base. Anime never changed. But yeah, I mean, I really love this episode. We see everyone rescuing Hoshino. Kind of like a feel-good story, and then, you know, cool camera angles. I love Shiroko being like the kind of cool cat lady that's like silently helping everybody. And besides that, yeah, our boy the sensei kind of helping out all these girls. Without him, the story would probably be pretty dark. Everyone kind of like submitting to this evil organization. It's too real. All these people are getting used and then they have to sell themselves for debt. If you like Blue Archive, let me know. I haven't really checked out this game too much. I played like 1 hour of it. It was like a bit too weird for me, and you know, the gameplay's a bit outdated, like kind of like a side-scrolling shooter. I do like how the Navi girl in Blue Archive kind of like literally tells your name. But yeah, besides that, you know, check out this game maybe. You know, don't give in to the gacha. No, gambling is bad, but you know, watching anime is good. Also, after that, we got Mushoku Tensei. So this is episode 11, season 2, part 2. We have one more episode left to the finale. I'm kind of excited what we're gonna get there. It's kind of like a cooldown because, you know, we have to deal with the aftermath of Paul dying and Rudius' mom being a vegetable. It's literally like a double whammy. This whole mission kind of went wrong. There's still like some hope, you know, like we're still alive. Rudius has his arm, one of them at least. And then they can maybe kind of cure Zenith. She's pretty much like starting off as a baby. So if they have a way to restore her memories, I think like her mana got like drained. That's like one of the main reasons. But yeah, besides that, you know, Rudius has to take in everything because, you know, he is like this loser 40-year-old man on the inside. So yeah, dealing with actual real things takes like a lot out of him. He's comparing it to his past life where he didn't really care about his parents too much. He literally didn't visit them at their funeral. Don't look up what Rudius was doing during his parents' funeral because, you know, the light novel goes into like some explicit detail on why he's such a scumbag. But besides that, he's like moping around in bed. We see like his cheekbones kind of like showing up because he's not eating food. So it's been a couple of days, and then Roxy comes in to console him. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wait, can Rudius like like say something at first, at least. Like, why is he letting this happen? But yeah, Roxy kind of like took advantage of him while he's in grief. I still don't think it's an excuse for cheating on his wife, but they kind of like resolved that at the end of this episode, which is pretty funny. But basically, yeah, Roxy fucks him. And then I think he's like getting back into the groove. It didn't really cure him for sure, but you know, Roxy was like his master that he looked up to. They're kind of like traveling back to their hometown. Norn probably hates his guts OD because the dad died. You know, I'm waiting to see her reaction maybe next episode. But yeah, basically Rudius and Roxy are super close, but Roxy realizes that, you know, this love can't happen because Rudius has a family. But then Rudius was like, okay, but if my wife approves, why not you become Roxy Grey Rat? We see Ellie and Elise kind of encouraging the polygamy. So yeah, I mean, if I was Sylvie, I'd be pissed off. Like, this dude kind of left for like a whole year and he's coming back with the new girl, no explanations. I mean, this can only go one of two ways. She either like leaves his ass or she accepts it. But besides that, you know, the anime continues. You know, like it's kind of like a common theme. Every time something bad happens to Rudius, he gets like PTSD, a flashback to his past life. So it's no different here. Like when Eris left him, when he had the erectile dysfunction and he was traveling up north, and finally here when his dad died. It's all part of his character. Like he kind of like hides inside himself and is super scared whenever shit gets real. So very real kind of reactions from everybody. The anime kind of like continues, I guess. So I love the storytelling overall. And I mean, I thought it was kind of weird, you know, Rudius kind of being like Paul, and he's like, okay, it's okay to cheat because my dad does it too. All right, so for Demon Slayer, Hashira training arc, episode 7. Next episode's gonna be the last one, but you know, episode 7. We got the Stone Pillar's backstory where he's kind of like a Buddhist monk. He kind of like dedicated his life to pacifism. And he talks to Tanjiro on how like a demon kind of infiltrated his temple, killed all the children, and he just like killed the demon with his bare hands, just punched him in the face. Oh my god, bro, so raw. So I think that's super fucked up. It also shows why our dude is crying, because I guess in battle it's like against his pacifist ideals to fight things. So yeah, it looks like he was just born strong, but he was also blind. So that was rough, but even more sad is that the little girl that he protected, she got scared of him. So yeah, very traumatic like backstory by him. It was really good, so I definitely liked it. And yeah, besides that, you know, the training continues, everyone's hanging out. We see Zenitsu kind of like being a bit serious. We see the wind pillar fighting the water pillar. There was like a lot of sick like wind water animation right there. And besides that, yeah, speaking of animation, there was like this whole Bollywood scene of Muzan just like walking to the Demon Slayer headquarters, just like walking in front of the sick guy. Like, it was like a 3-minute walk with this whole new soundtrack pasted over it. Like, it was definitely well done, but a bit weird. But anyway, as like the 3 minutes are over, as like the sick music stops playing and then all this fog behind Muzan disappears, he's just like standing there ready to talk. I mean, it's definitely related to Nezuko. Maybe we got more backstory on the sick guy because yeah, he seems like kind of important. They'll probably reveal it to us. And then I guess they'll fight Muzan. I don't know if it's going to be now in their territory, or maybe they'll be in the Infinity Castle. We got to see. But you know, this is a good cliffhanger, a good way to almost end the season. So yeah, we got to see what's going to happen. All right, so for My Hero Academia Season 7, Episode 8. A pretty sick episode. So this was a Dabi focus. So yeah, we look at the whole fight with him kind of like burning his whole body up and like destroying all the other fire heroes while Todoroki's kind of fending him off. So yeah, we get like parts of his backstory again where yeah, he just like burned himself, tried to like overuse his power to like please his dad, and his life got saved by the doctor that was doing the Nomu research, and he was like asleep for like 3 years basically. So his body is like very dead, like a lot of his skin and organs are just like destroyed, so he only has like a 1 month to live, which is very interesting. So yeah, he's still like kind of like a teenager. He kind of visits his dad, sees that his dad is like still abusive and everything, but yeah, the big deal is that this dude only had 1 month to live. So why is he alive years later? Well, it's basically because he's too angry to die, and they kind of say that where like the heat he produces is energy, so energy is basically fueling him. So as long as he has like that rage, that anger building up upon him, then he has infinite power basically. So yeah, we see that Dabi is angry, he has regrets, he wants his dad's approval before he dies. He's basically like a ghost. So yeah, Todoroki is dealing with him in this fight. Todoroki has like a kind of counter power where he combines both his fire and ice to make like really cold fire. So yeah, as long as Todoroki can control it and hit Dabi, then he can extinguish Dabi. So yeah, Dabi kind of uses his dad's prominence burn fist to like burn everybody. It's like the animation was kind of decent at times in this episode, but overall you can tell this was kind of like a low priority episode in general. We got some backstories, and then Todoroki and Dabi kind of like jumping around, fighting each other, throwing fire. But basically after Todoroki tanks like a shit ton of fire, like literally like jet burn punches on his face, we see that he's okay. This dude's taking a lot of hits, and he finally hits Dabi with the counterfire, kind of like extinguishes him and freezes him. So that was like a cool ending to the fight. I'm not sure if it's over for him, but if it is, you know, that's nice. I guess we can focus on the other two fights. But yeah, this one was kind of insane. Like, Dabi's been a reoccurring character since the first season. So I guess now that we dealt with him, we have closure. And now Todoroki's kind of holding up the torch, holding the mantle. All right, so for KonoSuba Season 3, Episode 11, this is the finale. Yo, what a great finale. Loved it. So it was just like very chaotic. Like, Kazuma kind of rescued Darkness from her wedding. And then in order to kind of like freely escape, he smashes the vase open. So it's like a shit ton of gold coins, like 300 million eras just like on the floor. Everyone's trying to loot it, like all the nobles and stuff. So the king's basically distracted from like getting his coins. And then yeah, that allows Kazuma and Darkness to go free. The problem is all the knights are still there. So yeah, as they're trying to escape, Megumin shows up and her and Union just like blow open the entrance of the church and is about to unleash a giant explosion on them. So yeah, everyone's panicking. Like, it's just so crazy. And then Megumin eventually just like blows shit up. But yeah, no one really dies, and then they get to escape. We see like a lot of the townspeople are like on Kazuma's side, so they're kind of distracting the king. So yeah, it shows like all the bonds Kazuma made, his friendship, and the fact that they saved Darkness is such a good moment. She left the party, they rejoined, they need her so much, she's so important. You also see them talking to Darkness's dad, him pretty much on his deathbed telling her that you can marry Kazuma, I'll leave him to you. Also after that, we see the king is actually cursed, so Aqua just like purifies the curse on him, and he's all good now, he's healthy. Because okay, first of all, Aqua being useful, crazy. Second of all, we see this was like an inside job, a plot from the king to like curse him to like get Darkness. So it makes him even more evil. And the fact that we save her is great. But after that, we see the king, he actually kind of enslaved this demon. So we see Vanir kind of like saving the demon, and his whole kind of like wedding plot, him helping Kazuma, was all like part of his plan to free this demon. So this demon's name is Maxwell, and he likes to like inflict pain and punishment. But as long as he's under contract, he kind of like stores the value up, and then once he's free, then he kind of inflicts that pain on you. They kind of just like tortures the king at the end of this episode. Kind of crazy, but I guess he did deserve it. Besides that, the gang's back together. They're still poor. And yeah, just like a fun episode of KonoSuba. Fun season. Very funny. KonoSuba's always been like very great, crazy, unpredictable. It's not our hero kind of going on harem adventures and killing the demon lord. He's mostly just like stuck in his village doing like random adventurer things and then hanging out with his crazy party members. So yeah, that's it for the finale of season 3. I'm kind of sad because there's probably gonna be a long wait for a season 4 to come out, but there might be more movies and other stuff in the future, so yeah, we'll see. All right, so for Dead Demons Dededede Destruction episode 4, pretty interesting episodes. We get some reveals as more aliens are coming in. So it's kind of like the winter season right now. There's a lot of snow going on, and besides that, the girls are kind of hanging out. But the problem is this episode is pretty depressing because the next day after the girls hang out, we see that there's like this blackout happening, and then the government is like shooting down this giant like space cube. I guess it's implied that the mothership has a lot of weight like pulling down on it because the snow's kind of piling up. And then yeah, it got shot down, but since it's like this giant Rubik's cube like 3x3 ship, only like a part of it is destroyed, and then it crashes onto a park. And in the park, one of the girls in their friend group died. It's Kiho. So we saw that she was the one that had her boyfriend break up with her because he was into like alien conspiracy theories now. And then the sad part is that he kind of told her to like get out of town, and then it's too late. She was at the wrong place at the wrong time. The ship crashed. She was in the park, and then yeah, 35 other people died. But yeah, the fact that she died is like very serious. It's no more fun in games for our friend group. Like, this anime's doing a good job kind of slowly creeping up the intensity with all these like creepy aliens and this kind of sense of despair going on as everyone's trying to graduate and become adults while also dealing with like this alien invasion. After all the characters kind of move on from Kyo's death, we see them kind of taking their college entrance exams. Ontan and Kadode both fail, which is very funny. I mean, Kadode said she wasn't trying to like go to a good school or anything, so she probably did this on purpose. So yeah, I guess we'll see what she's going to be doing in the future. Also after that, we see Ontan with the Dededede device. He's kind of like talking to the mothership on like, you know, why can't we be friends? Why can't we just be peaceful? Why are we shooting each other down? Or why can't like the aliens just like leave? Like, they're causing trouble just like chilling here. So yeah, it looks like Ontan's just like talking to herself, but then the kind of like boy band hot alien dude comes in with the black hair that we saw earlier, and I was kind of scared for Ontan. Like, is she gonna be like killed or like captured or body snatched? But it looks like, as we see kind of like her backstory, this alien looks like it can invade people's brains. He summarizes that Ontan is actually a shifter, because in her childhood they kind of like came across like this alien spaceship coming on, and maybe it invaded her body and kind of like maybe changed her personality, because before she was kind of like a timid, shy girl. So yeah, again, a lot of like insane developments. Also, it looks like these shifters are kind of confusing because it's like they take over the brain, but it doesn't seem to be like a parasitic relationship. Like, I have no idea how it works so far. But yeah, really loving this anime. It looks nice. The voice acting is great, and you know, a lot of like good developments. Okay, so for a salad bowl of Eccentrics, episode 12. I really love this anime. This is the finale. So yeah, just like a lot of funny moments, a lot of like cool characters just like doing their thing in Gifu. A lot of random attractions, food, buildings going on. This finale episode was pretty interesting because we saw that Livia, she was kind of starting a band. So they do this kind of like band idol performance with her, like playing the guitar with everyone. But they also do a second music thing with Sarah. So yeah, in school, like everyone kind of respects her. She's just like becoming the main character. All the kids, all the parents, it's like she saved their lives. She saved their marriage. So she's like the MVP. Everyone's respecting her, and she gives like this idol performance. So yeah, it's pretty much showing us that these reverse isekai characters are kind of making their presence known on Earth, doing their thing, not really influencing it too much, but just doing a right amount to like make a lot of friends. So yeah, there were a lot of cool characters in this anime. I thought the comedic timing was very good. I really love comedy anime, so I was just like eager to watch this every week. There were maybe some boring repetitive episodes, like with Livia being homeless and everything, but you know, besides that, you know, the anime did its job pretty well. Again, if you would compare this to Hina Matsuri, they're like pretty much one-to-one in terms of like premise of like reverse isekai magical girl like showing up and then another homeless isekai girl following her. Hina Matsuri is definitely better in terms of like overall animation, storytelling, and comedy. Like, it fits the bill pretty well, but also it does its own thing. But yeah, this anime was definitely entertaining. So if you're bored, if you need a new suggestion, new recommendation, a salad bowl of Eccentrics is pretty chill. Okay, so for Spice and Wolf, the remake, episode 12, we see Hollow kind of meeting up with Lawrence as he's like bruised, battered, and injured. And she's like, oh wow, you went through all this rain just for me. You kept my coat dry. Wow, you're such a cool guy. So just like more simping from Hollow. But yeah, Lawrence is severely injured. Hollow is super mad, so she goes like wolf mode and then kills all the people betraying them. So it looks like their gold smuggling plan kind of went south, and now they have to improvise. So yeah, Hollow kind of like killing everyone, saving Lawrence, and Nora's also still there. So there was like some drama as well because Hollow's a wolf and she might have like attacked Nora. So there was like a bit of a dramatic moment there. Oh, is Nora gonna die? Is Hollow gonna kill her? After that, they continue the gold smuggling plan. We realized like a few things. One, there's not that much gold as expected, but also after that, they still do make a lot of money. Lawrence and Hollow themselves break even. So they kind of like basically have enough to pay up their debt and nothing more. So this whole kind of mission, this get rich quick scheme for this armor, basically resulted in making no money. So yeah, all our spices are gone. Like, I think we still have the armor, so I guess we can hodl the armor and, you know, sell when it's high. But besides that, yeah, Lawrence kind of settles his debt. Him and Hollow are like free together, and I guess they get to continue on with their journey. They're like a cute couple. Also, I was very glad to see Nora kind of get like a happy ending, her leaving the church and not like risking her life anymore, and now she can like run her like clothing business. And yeah, besides that, you know, a solid first half of Spice and Wolf. All right, so for the 7th Prince Isekai, this is episode 12, the finale. What an insane anime. Definitely like very bad. I wouldn't recommend it, but they did go hard on the animation. This was made by like a relatively new studio called Tsumugi Akita Animation Lab. So yeah, I didn't expect like this amount of like crazy fight scenes, like a lot of crazy cinematic moments sprinkled on with the degenerate ass fan service. These like underage characters was like being shown off. Our main dude who's like a femboy with like the thickest hips ever, just like dancing around, and then all these other like weird ass characters. It's honestly so funny. Like, this anime did make it work, but in general, again, it's like very weird. So yeah, I guess like watch it if you're down, if you're kind of interested on why it's like kind of popular. You know, Lloyd hanging out with all his friends, kind of getting a happy ending after defeating this like giant ass like demon from hell that has like so many instant death powers and is just like attacking Lloyd. But then yeah, Lloyd uses his magic, just like destroys him, like puts him into the void. So yeah, this like kind of overpowered ass demon is destroyed. And yeah, besides that, you know, just like a wholesome wrap up with everyone, just like a montage of them living their lives as the anime's over. There was like a lot of, you know, generic things, just like our main character kind of being overpowered. Him getting a harem with random girls was also like pretty typical. But also the power scaling was very interesting because a lot of characters can hang with Lloyd. Like, of course, if Lloyd uses his full power, he just bodies everybody. But we see as he's training with other people, they're legitimately strong enough to like kind of damage and counter his defenses. So yeah, a lot of fights are like surprisingly not bad. I mean, besides that, yeah, the one elephant in the room, people are always asking, why is Lloyd drawn like this? Why is he drawn like kind of like this cute girl with like these like short overalls. Well, I've been hearing it's because he was actually meant to be a girl, but they kind of want to market the series as a shonen. So instead of having fan service of this underage girl, we have fan service of this underage femboy. I don't know what's better or what's worse, but it's also something you gotta deal with when watching this show. So yeah, besides that, I had way too much fun watching this show, like more than I expected for sure. And that is it for the shows this week. Thank you for watching. Insane week again. Next week's gonna be the finisher as we get the last few episodes for the spring season. And in July, we're gonna have the summer anime. So yeah, look out for that. Thank you for watching. Let me know what animes you like this week, but I'll see you later. Peace.